This is Turbo Golf Racing. We're here on Xbox Series X taking a look at this game that basically is Rocket League, but you're golfing. So be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So in the game we get a couple of visual options that you can enjoy, and we are on the Fidelity Mode right now. So the Fidelity Mode is a 4K resolution at 60 FPS. Then there's also a high frame rate mode where you can enjoy the game at 1080p and 120 FPS. So, you know, pretty good options. Oh, that's actually the ending right there for this one. Okay, well, I'm definitely having some issues getting this ball into the net, which I don't like. There we go. Finally got that in there. A little embarrassing. But yeah, you go to settings, you go to graphics, and you have the two different options. And we'll show off the high frame rate mode a little bit later on so that you can see that one in action. So there is cross-platform play, so cross-play, and there's cross-gen multiplayer. There is PC gamepad support, which I believe is just a standard thing and not part of the fact that it's, yeah, it doesn't say play anywhere, so it actually has regular PC gamepad support. It is currently in game preview, which means that it will be getting updated and changed over time towards a full release. But I'd say it's in a pretty good state right now, gameplay-wise, in regards to the quality that it does provide within the experience. So you are able to play like a solo mode, or you can play this regular multiplayer mode where 8 players kind of go and compete in trying to get the ball all the way to the other end. It actually makes a lot of sense, and it just kind of works well. Literally think of it as Rocket League gameplay, but you're golfing. There is a bit of a weird like disconnect though, in the sense that like you don't really interact with other players, and I don't know if they're going to change this over time, but like you can get a rocket and you can shoot it at people, and that will disrupt them, but for the most part you're kind of just playing by yourself almost. Like there's other people here, but you don't, you know what I mean? It's not like you're kind of interrupting their ball hit or you're really interacting with them at all. They're just kind of like another thing or entity that's there in possibly your way. And there's like some flying sequences. I will say the strength of this one, at least for me, was the distinction of the different like tracks. Like they've got a lot of different racing tracks that feel similar, but yet at the same time very, very different in regards to, well, I don't know if you call them racing tracks. I guess they technically would be courses because it's golf, but you get what I'm saying. Like there's lots of different arenas, and they, you know, they share some kind of like, I guess you would say, segments or sections, but they're all quite different gameplay wise, if that makes sense. Like you know, you get some tunnels, sometimes you get bumped up to another level, sometimes there's lower levels, sometimes they have different visuals, and the color quality of the world just pops. You get to customize your little car. They've got unlockable, like I guess you would say, a seasonal pass, battle pass type thing going on. So there actually is a fair bit to sort of play and enjoy in this one. At the same time, it definitely feels like it's good in small, like kind of gaps. Like you play essentially, you know, a bit here, and then you stop playing, and then you come back and you play a bit here. It doesn't necessarily feel like something I could sit here and like waste hours playing consecutively. It's something you'd have to enjoy in little bursts, because you're kind of like, okay, that's cool, but there's not, it's almost like there's not enough variation to what you're specifically doing when you're playing. A great selection of tracks, good customization. I like the core gameplay because it's, you know, again, basically just Rocket League, but golf, which works. It definitely does work. But I'm just kind of sitting here being like, okay, and anything else to this kind of gameplay-wise? You know, what kind of keeps me sitting here playing this long term? And obviously, with it being a game preview title, I'm sure that's maybe something they're also trying to figure out. Is like, did I just get shot through the map? You know, like, what else do you kind of, like, do in this one? Because I don't think vibrant visuals and fun core gameplay is enough to really excite me long-term in this particular situation. You know, like, I think it's cool. I think it's kind of fun, but I also, you know, after a little bit of time, I'm kind of like, okay, had my fill for now. And then I guess almost take a break or go play something else. And then I kind of just wonder long term what's going to keep me kind of hooked on this one or keep me coming back to it with interest. As I'm just sort of like, well, what else do you really do, you know, gameplay-wise? But it's kind of fun. It's kind of competitive, you know, fast arcade action. We mentioned the 8 players online. You just kind of chip the ball along. You've got, there is this power core system, I guess I should mention, where it's something you unlock by doing certain feats. And then you can adjust things in the game, like make the ball smaller or larger. And they're not necessarily like all bonuses with the cores, but it's kind of like a give and take sort of thing that does mix up the gameplay a little bit more. But I guess you could see that as if it helps a lot, it could be an advantage for some players to have that sort of thing. I don't know, but let's jump into the next round here. Alright, here we go for another selection of racing options. So you can see, like, I love the backdrops. It really feels like this fantasy kind of sport thing. Something entertaining about the fact that we've taken up a series of motorized-based sporting activities in the future, I guess, to create new extremes for people. But yeah, it's just like this crazy floating type set of worlds that you're basically competing on. It's really quite neat. And they do have like the traps of golf, you know, where you've got like sand traps and thicker grass that makes it harder to get through, and, you know, obstacles on the course that you're hitting. I actually think that's all quite well done and unique. I'm just, again, looking for some kind of extra hook where I'm like, cool, like long term. And maybe just, again, something a little bit more, oh, this is a worse reset than I thought it would be. Something a little bit more direct competitive, I think, would be more interesting for me. Personally, just something where it's like, you're kind of more directly impacting the others. Because it's multiplayer, but I don't really feel like it's multiplayer. Like, they're just kind of, they might as well just be NPCs, right, at the point. Like, there's variations, they got different balls, which is cool, and you can watch them, like, mess up afterwards, and it's kind of funny, but you get what I'm saying, where I'm just kind of like, what is, you know, the extra edge on this one? What is that enticing element that's like, this is something I want to sit here and keep coming back to and keep playing over and over again. Disconnected? Oh, that's sad. They weren't doing that badly. I'm actually surprised they quit out. Yeah, people disconnect all the time if they don't, like, finish close to the top, which I think is a little weird because it's just, you know, mostly for fun, I'd say. It does track your, like, wins, I suppose, as well, but I don't know, it's weird. It's like basically a team of developers were playing Rocket League, and they're like, yo, let's do this but golf. And that's kind of what we got, which makes me wonder, what is the next sporting activity where your car's, you know, doing some kind of sporting thing? Because this makes me feel like it's not going to be the last time we get something like this. What are we going to have, like tennis or something like that? Or I don't know. Just very, very curious to see where this sort of thing goes down the road, because it's obviously something that's enticing for people. People are jumping into this one and taking a look at it. Boop. Yeah, no, it's neat though. Like, you're just probably seeing a variety of different track type options here. It's really quite a concept. And I'm almost surprised that Rocket League didn't do something like this prior, if that makes sense. Why didn't they create, you know, like a mode or something like this? It's so logical almost for that game to do that. But it's neat for you know, a competitor to come in and make something like this. I think that's really cool. You know, little bits of competition, someone doing something a little bit different within, you know, the industry type thing, gameplay wise. So, you know, I feel like the shield, again, like, you're not really getting blown up enough by rockets, and the rockets don't really hold your progress too much. That was really bad. Oh no. This is the times where you're like, should I just reset? Really, I got hit by a rocket over here when I'm not even, like, in the actual direct competition for getting the ball in. That hurts. Oh, come on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. And you can watch other people mess up. That in itself is kind of entertaining, because we did do a stream of this one where we were showing it off, and again, my biggest thing was kind of like, you know, after a bit of time of playing it straight, you're kind of like, what else is there? What else is going to keep me enjoying the exhilarating action of these cars flying around? You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, we're going to finish up this match, and then we're going to switch over and do the other mode. I think we're almost done. Is there another round? There's another circuit round. Alright, let's switch over to that other option. So we've switched over to the high frame rate mode. So once again, this is supposed to be 1080p at 120 FPS. And yeah, it's quite a bit more fluid and responsive, but you can definitely tell the visual quality change up. Like, it is pretty substantial change to how the game looks. It's not quite as vibrant. I'll also mention for context, you know, that I can't record at 120 FPS. YouTube doesn't support 120 FPS. I am playing at 120 FPS, and I'm recording the gameplay and talking about it and showing off how it looks from a visual standpoint. But yes, it is definitely quite a fluid offering gameplay-wise. And it doesn't look too bad either, you know, all things considered, but it's like if you swap between the two modes, you'll be like, oh wow, yeah, no, this is a definite difference in quality, that is for sure. I'm really just looking forward to the era of doing video content where I can actually, like, really show off 120 FPS to the full degree. That'll be a good time. And a lot of extra work. That's what that'll be. But no, I find this to be a very interesting way to play it. It's a lot more responsive. I wouldn't say it's like the most crazy fluidity upgrade I've ever seen, gameplay-wise, but it's a nice option to have as a mode. Wonder if I would have placed higher, because I was kind of like, you know, obviously I had to change my settings beforehand, but yeah. Oh, come on. Did not qualify. That's rough. It happens, though. Did not finish. Oof. And here we go. High time for another racing scenario. At the high frame rate, obviously. Yeah, I could definitely see how this would be like a competitive advantage, because you'd be able to kind of maneuver and hit the ball a little bit more effectively. It just really comes down, I think, in this one a little bit more, how much you care about, like, the fluidity versus, like, the visual quality of it. But I love that we're seeing so many games offer higher frame rates now. It's becoming a lot more commonplace. You know, from, like, large-scale titles to smaller indie ones, getting, like, 120 FPS as a target is just really a fascinating option. I did not anticipate it would be so widely used, actually. This is a great thing. Yeah, the rocket, like, barely even takes them out of play, almost. You can definitely see, like, it is mostly, like, everything's much more jagged and just a lot less sharp. It actually takes a little bit away from the vibrancy of the game, I would say. Because this one usually does really pop with color. Nice. But I don't know, it's got a clean HUD, it's got quick gameplay. It definitely, I think, hits the Rocket League inspiration for sure. While doing something a little bit different with it. Oh, is that going to go in there? I think that's good. No. Come on. There we go. Bring in the boom. Oh, I actually got #1. Right on. Good for me on that one. Yeah, it was just kind of clean. That's the magic of the extra frame rate, you know. It just allows you to dominate the play in the competition out there. Reaction times. Mechanics. It's crazy. And I like the music, too. It's kind of vibing. Oh, nice. Come on. It's right there, though. Looks like he just gave up. It happens. Yeah, there's a couple did not finish on this one. A little surprising on that. Because usually people are all gung-ho the whole way through. All or wall. That's kind of funny. But yeah, good range of tracks, neat gameplay mechanics. I think there's actually a fair bit of potential with this one. Assuming the next round starts. This is weird. Yeah, why are we not going into the next level? Oh, because somebody's disconnecting? Or, oh, okay, here we go. But yeah, I think if they do something a little bit more wacky with it, or do some different game modes, I think they've got something really great here, because great selection of content within it. You just need some little extra hook to really, I think, drive my attention. Connection issues. What, did the whole lobby quit out? I don't think I did that good. Yeah, there's only like 4 of us left. What is going on with this lobby? I mean, I had a good first run, but didn't realize I shattered the hopes and dreams of everyone else in the lobby off of that one. Kind of funny. Little side shortcut here. Although it doesn't actually usually feel like a shortcut. Wow, I am like rolling with this ball today. Maybe frames do win games. Yes, this is only 4 of us now. Oh. Lobby in shambles. Everyone's pretty good though, it seems. Maybe aside from this person. They got this. You got this. Get it in there. You could do it. I love the different customizable balls though. That's fun. They definitely do mix things up a bit. Excellent. Although that second place person is right on me there. As we go into the inner circuit city, or inner city circuit. But it's like, it's quick little, like, kind of doses almost. You know what I mean? Like, you go in and, like, what, a minute or something, a level. You do the 3, like, it's just under, like, 5 minutes, basically. Which is probably their design, is they want it to be swift, quick, and you get in, you get out. Stuff like that. Something you could play as, like, a quick little thing in between other things, right? But I do like how they have all these different, like, basically Rocket League mechanics. Like, if you were to play Rocket League and then come into this, it would seem like you're basically playing the same kind of thing, right? Really? Feeling a little bit of hostility on that one. Racing towards the end. But no, it's nice tracks. Good company, good spirits out here on the golf course. The gentleman's game, what can I say? Oh, we still got a lot of track to go on this one. Let's go for 3 firsts in a row. I'm just like on point this match. Yeah, bring in the boom. Seriously, I just like absolutely dominated this whole kind of match setup. I'm very proud of what I was able to accomplish out there today on the course, the golf course. It was good play all around from other competitors, but I just came out on top. You know, I was really in the game, under par. You know, it was amazing. That was a good hit too. Like the competitors, they all did pretty well. It's not like it was a blowout or anything. It was actually pretty close the whole way through.